Because Hyper One, he is, from my understanding, Hyper One has been working on the maps. I don't think Hyper One necessarily has much involvement when it comes to the creation of the mod, more so with the support of the mod. Maybe that's from my understanding. Maybe Hyper One can illuminate us a little bit more. But apparently did work on the Wikipedia page. We do appreciate it. Shout out to Ender as well in the chat. Caviar Napoleon, papi. Marquis. Ender, when are you playing SE Evo? Acampado. Thank you so much for the raid, papi. Thank you so much. Do appreciate it. Do appreciate the support. Do appreciate the raid as we're jumping into our fresh best of 3 and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Oceanborn. We have our red Zerg player from South Korea representing Gaiman Gladiators. It is SHIN. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Brood War Protoss player. Typically Protoss, now here, rolling the Brood War race. It is a South Korean Protoss, ReBellioN. Let's go. I'm part of the melee mapping team and maintain the vast majority of the wiki. Yeah. For those who are maybe unfamiliar, Hyper One, I don't know the history of Hyper One before SC2, but was a map maker for SC2, now focusing a lot on creating maps for SE Evo. Really good to see. That's the Ender. But here we go. To see SHIN going for a hatch pool opener, going for a bit of a safer opener here. Meanwhile, ReBellioN, I've not had the luxury of casting too much ReBellioN in this mod. ReBellioN, of course, is Gyelzing, aka known as Gyelzing, has been competing in SC2 for a very, very long time. And it's great to see the two Koreans facing off here in the quarterfinals. I would favor them both to make it far, but they have to face off here earlier in the tournament, unfortunately. And we'll see how ReBellioN does compare to SHIN with his Brood War Protoss. But again, SHIN opening up gases. Very greedy play out of SHIN. He went a hatch, pool, hatch into a very late gas. With this, SHIN link speed is going to be heavily delayed. SHIN might even skip link speed and go straight into roaches instead. It's just going to be focusing on droning and making queens. So very greedy stuff here from SHIN. And the pressure is now going to be on ReBellioN to punish this greed. We can see back at home, ReBellioN is getting to a robo. This should be into a bay, into, I imagine, Reaver drops. Oh, second robo. Never mind. Oh, okay. I was a little bit shocked. Link Scout comes in. Robo is cancelled. And with the links being shut down, I'm curious if we were trying to hide that initial tech structure. Yeah, there we go. Second robo on the low ground. ReBellioN, he's crazy. Okay. Robo is replaced here on the low ground instead. Does keep it hidden from SHIN. He's cooking, papi. He's cooking. I'm ready. Show us what you got. Shuttle is on the way. I would imagine going for a bay, going for like double Reaver drop, question mark, like mass Reaver production. Yep, there it is. Bay's on the way. So very committed here from ReBellioN. Very committed. Bay's now on the way. This should be working towards shuttle speed, towards Reaver production. And we'll see how this compares to what I'm used to seeing towards, Disruptor drops, for example. We'll see if SHIN can keep up and shut it down. For now, behind this, SHIN is investing into link speed. So it does invest. Gas now under full swing. Joining up, massing up more queens. Reavers are now in production. And we'll see how this all does come together. Oh, shout out to ReBellioN in the chat. This build opening was created by Farmy. Let's go. For those who don't know, Farmy is another Korean Protoss player. We have casted Farmy plenty of times on the channel. Shuttle is revealed. Overlord under fire. Catching out the Overlord, and with this, it looks like SHIN will be denied the scouts. Trying to get into the natural base, but last the Overlord is going to fall. SHIN is in the dark. Shuttle speed on the way. And the Reavers are coming. Behind this, SHIN still droning up. Happily droning, throwing down his Roach Warren. Has a solid queen count. And it's going to be on ReBellioN to avoid those queens, to keep the shuttle safe and sound, and to get those Reaver shots off. As as the shuttle is moving out. And what's interesting is that we're building up more Reavers behind this. Now, what I'm curious about, is this going to lead into a 2-base all-in, where we just move out with mass Dragoon Reaver and just go for the kill? Or is this going to lead into a second shuttle and a second Reaver drop? Double the shuttle, double the Reavers, double the Protoss. Let's go. Shuttle is spotted. Oh my god, massive shot going off for the Lings. Oh my god. I guess is the big difference here between Disruptors, because Disruptors, it takes a while for the Nova to actually connect, but a big punish here on the Lings. How many Lings was that? 16! 16 Lings going down. Good start. Another big shot going off. Oh my god. Yeah, the Lings, they melt before the Reavers. Just the instant damage is crazy. But at least SHIN is now fully aware. Roaches are in production. Roaches are amassing, and ReBellioN is moving out. Making 4 Dragoons at a time, and it is a 2-base all-in. Oh, the Reavers, they're coming. They're so menacing. They're waddling in. Ah, the march of the Reavers. Let's go. As again, they're building up their Scarab shots. Moving out, so this is less to harass and more, again, for the all-in. To break SHIN. SHIN is amassing more Roaches. Queens are spread out. Are spread out. Oh, we're coming up with the surround. Yeah, decent Reaver shots, but the Dragoons are going to be shot down. Yeah, a bit of an overextension with those Dragoons. Nice juggling here with the Reavers. But the Dragoons will fall. Big shots going up, going for the Queens. But alas, SHIN is going to be able to overwhelm this. Yeah, it does target down the Reavers, one after the other. And despite the explosiveness of this build, it's being shut down. SHIN, he does defend behind this on 3-way saturation, chasing this down. Behind this, ReBellioN does have a decent Dragoon count. And we'll try to hold on. We'll deflect the army. Another shuttle on the way. But we're down to 0 Reavers. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, no more Reavers with this. ReBellioN losing the backbone of his army. Shout out to Chileno. Yeah, babiga. Thank you, Chileno. Thank you. Thank you for the sub. Do appreciate it. 42 months. That's a lot of subs. That's a lot of support. Gracias, papi. Gracias. Bienvenidos. And without Reavers, suddenly Lings are that much more potent, that much more powerful. They surround, they lock down the Dragoons. Nice micro. Do juggle and do save at least 2 of them. Spoke too soon. As all 3 do fall, and we collapse on the main army. And again, without the support, these Lings, they just pop off. GG gets called, and SHIN survives and takes game number 1. GG. A solid defense there out of SHIN, but I could definitely see the potential behind that build from ReBellioN. Again, it was so impressive to see just how much you can punish those Lings as well, how much you can protect and support those Dragoons. As we saw, unfortunately, the Dragoons, it did feel like they went a little bit too far forward, that we were caught off guard. ReBellioN was spread a little bit too far thin, and things went south real quick, real fast, real quick in that first main fight. But regardless, GG. GG, well played. SHIN does take a lead. Now we're jumping into game number 2. Let's go. Let us go. SC2 OP race versus Brood War OP race. Cap. But thank you for letting us know that apparently it was a build made by Farmy. It's really cool to hear. In general, I have noticed that a lot of the Korean players, the more amateur Korean players, the semi-pros, have like embraced the SE Evo mode a lot. Players like Farmy, players like ReBellioN, 3Point, Honmono. I saw Quanta played in this event as well. It's really cool to see. What about Stephen Curry and Lunacy? We need all the Protoss players. As we're getting into game number 2 and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Golden Wall, we have the red Zerg player representing Gaiman Gladiators. It is SHIN. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player representing himself, currently teamless. It is ReBellioN from South Korea. Stephen Curry way too busy. Smooch. But Lunacy's been playing a lot more SC2 recently. He's been a lot more active in a lot of these events. In in the ESL Open Cups leading up to the last week. I don't know if he's also been playing SC Evo. I think he did play in the Super event or the Czech event, Czech event. You know what I mean. I think he did play in that. Here we go, SHIN, this time going for a hatch gas pool. More standard opener here out of SHIN. If you recall, SHIN did go gasless last game. This time going for something more by the book. Of course, playing the Brood War race. Does threaten the gold, but we'll take the linear third instead. And ReBellioN with his main race, we'll see how he does approach SHIN. What he brings to the table. How he does adjust against a very different kind of form of Zerg. GG. It's so hard to say. GG. That one. Naver. The Naver platform. Why couldn't they just call it Naver, like streaming or something? God damn it. Close enough. SHIN setting up his proxy, his macro hatch. Zoning the army away. ReBellioN going for a fast forge here. Interesting. And we've seen this quite a lot here with our Brood War Zerg players going into Ling. Hydra has been the go-to. Hydra Den on the way. Adept scouting, threading a shade. Gets eyes on the tech. ReBellioN fully aware. And I'm curious what kind of tech ReBellioN goes for. We have the answer. Okay, it's going to be the Forge for Fast +1 into a Twilight Council. This could be for a +1 charged base all-in. You typically would not rush into a Forge this early on without a timing in mind, whether it's a +1 or +2 timing. Most likely +1. And we'll see if it is indeed going to be charged or even blink. We shall see. As ReBellioN is rushing into +1. SHIN does scout this, does confirm. I mean, this is a pretty big moment for SHIN. Seeing the Forges early on is very suspect. And there it is going to be charged. So it's setting up for a 2-base all-in. I mean, I'm assuming this is going to be a 2-base all-in from ReBellioN. Into mass charge lots. And we'll see how SHIN does respond. Now getting to Hydra speed. Joining up. Getting up to 2-base saturation for now. Now taking extra gases. And I'm really curious to see how Ling Hydra can defend against this. If this was SE2, I'd be really concerned for SHIN. Like, Ling Hydra can struggle quite a lot against these kind of gateway aggressive openers. Especially without Banelings. But we'll see how Brood War Zerg compares. Like, usually you need Banelings, you need Roaches to survive this. Here we go. Yo, shout out to Thriving GG. Oh my god, Bappy. God, Bappy God. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. Get that going. Welcome everyone, welcome to the StarCraft Evolution League. This is a bit of a mod. This is a mod for SE2 that kind of blends together Brood War and StarCraft 2 specifically. Does bring them together. Welcome, as we are indulging in a replay cast. Here we go. The all-in is upon us. Sentry's morphing in. Zalt as well. SHIN is researching lurkers, but they won't quite be ready for this. Does already have some good SimCity though. The choke point is real. Okay, ReBellioN going for the third. Third should go down. And SHIN locked down to his own natural. And again, has no real way of dealing with the force fields with no Ravagers. Okay, no Ravagers getting involved. Hatchery goes down. Nice pickup. Good start here for ReBellioN. And behind this, taking up towards Archon production. Temple Archives on the way. Storm, Archons on the horizon. Shin will finish lurkers, or the lurker upgrade. Third base being retaken at the gold. And ReBellioN will back off. So we're kind of in a weird game state. I mean, Shin did lose a third, but that wasn't quite enough damage here. Shin, he got away with lurkers. Lurkers now in the way, and we're getting ready for a massive counterattack. And now I do worry for ReBellioN. Has no Storm, no Immortals, no Archons, not yet. He's gonna need it to defend against this. So lurkers are getting ready. First wave of Archons on the way. Shin double expanding. The lunkers, they're lunking. And here we go, Shin is moving out. Spots the main army. Up! Setting up the lurkers. Oh my god, we go in! Not like this! A lot of shots going off. Good chunk of zealots go down. And Shin leapfrogging forward. ReBellioN is in trouble. Storm was never researched. He has to rely on a gateway army, a gateway composition. Ling Lurker Hydra pushing forward, gaining ground. Going for the gold. And ReBellioN, he just cannot engage. Denies the third base. Shin rotating around. Does get eyes on the linear third. Getting a better angle. Pushing in towards the natural. Again, no Immortals behind this. The Bay is on the way. The Lurkers are going to be able to overwhelm. Yeah, ReBellioN, he cannot take this fight. The Zealots, they melt. The Archons as well. Again, killing the third base earlier was just not enough damage. The Prism falls. And Shin can keep on pushing. There is a third, but yeah, Shin should be able to lock it down as well. Should force a cancel. As ReBellioN, he's just locked out. He's just zoned away from his own third base. Warpin is denied. The section coming in. Hydras are coming to reinforce. They flank the main army. And ReBellioN just doesn't have enough. Not anymore. And the Lunkers, they hold their ground. The Observer. Observer falls, no detection. Behind this, Shin, he's not all in. He's mining through the gold, getting a fourth base. And rallying more Hydra across the map. Disruptor has arrived. Nova goes off. Up. Ooh, takes down one lurker. Am I crazy? Did it look like? I feel like all three lurkers should have gone down there. Maybe a visual bug? I don't know. But I'm pretty sure there were more lurkers within range of that Nova. Regardless. Third base getting up and running. Chat, the map, the memories. The nostalgia. Yo, who remembers like Zerg players or players in general just like rushing workers across the map to mine through these middle patches to go for it all in? That was disastrous. That was disgusting. I've seen many like a 13-12 with that occurring. Shaking my head. Looking at you, eggs. Or what was it? No, you would get you'd get a probe across the map. You take a gas geyser, and then you can mine through the minerals and gas, and like delete the resources and make your way through that way. That was also a thing. Not like this. Ooh, as the wall is not a wall, Lings, they flood into the main base. ReBellioN moving out across the map. Has a disruptor with his army. Just the one. Not too many lurkers, though. First lurker goes down. Ooh, lurkers can be one-shot. Okay, good to know. The Brood War lurker is a little bit more vulnerable here to the Novas. But they're also thinner. I don't know if you noticed. They are smaller compared to SE2. Nova's catching another lurker. Decent connections. Meanwhile, Lings, they took down the entire middle line across the map. 15 probes. 15 probes did go down. Lurker spreading out. ReBellioN looking for another angle, getting another lurker. Is trading well, but Shin, he just avoids the main fight. Going for a massive link counterattack across the map. Going for the third base. Oh, going for the natural. No, the disruptor. No. There's a shield battery. There is a shield battery, and with the overcharge as well, the disruptor does survive. We're going off. Looks like ReBellioN had it controlled with the main army. But it looks like the overcharge runs out. Shield battery out of energy. Force the recall back home. At least, can they finally get the disruptor? Can they get it? Oh, not quite. Barely not. But SHIN does force the recall. Behind this, now building up. Getting up to a 5th base. The economy was left untouched. ReBellioN, he was trading well with the main army, sure, but not with the economy. And now we have the Defilers. Oh, they're eating the Lings. Defilers are here. Of course, they can Dark Swarm. They can Plague. Before that does occur, the Lurkers are exposed. Yeah, 2 or 3 of them going down. Nova goes off. Big connection. The Hydras. So far, so good. Massive Novas on Lings, on Hydras as well. ReBellioN rotating around. He only has 3 Disruptors. Bear that in mind. Novas are on cooldown. Going for the Dark Swarm. I don't think that helps too much here against Mass Zealot and Disruptor, but it's fine. Novas going up. Just throwing away the army once again. It has to pull back. I mean, the Archons are not as able to help with the support as they otherwise would. So let's respect the Dark Swarm. Oh, catching 2 Lurkers though. Two Lurkers go down. Once again, the Ling runway doesn't get much done. Catching another and another Lurker. We're down to how many? We're down to 6. And the Novas are brutal. Dark Storm popping up. Turning back the army. Ling Runby does not get into the mineral line. Ooh, the Novas are insane. The Lings are getting work done though. And Lings, they break through. They get on top of the Immortal. No more Archons. And with a Hydra Lurker did struggle, the Lings, they're popping up. And the 1 Hero Ultra. Another Dark Swarm. Get on top of the Prism. It's still so close. ReBellioN barely holds on. Meanwhile, across the map, finally the Lings, they break through the shield battery, break through the cannon. Mineral line goes down, and ReBellioN, he's stuck on 2 bases. Stuck on a 1-base economy, barely any mining going on. The Lings, they were the MVP. They punish ReBellioN, and he just cannot sustain himself, cannot sustain these losses. And lost his Disruptors, the Archons, everything. GG gets called as he runs out of steam, and SHIN will take the 2-0. GG. Whew. Oh my god. GG, well played. Oh. SHIN does take the 2-0, and SHIN is going to be coming in as the heavy favorites when we look at the players competing in the event. I mean, it's hard to say. I would say that SHIN, if this was an SC2 event, he'd be the clear favorites, but considering that we're incorporating these other races and Brood War as well, I don't really know how practiced SHIN is. Did look pretty solid in this game at least. ReBellioN, he was able to hold his own for a time, but I'd love to see more of SHIN in this event and see how he compares to everyone else. Would love to see. GG. GG, well played. Is this a new Monday event? This is a Saturday event. Basically, this is interchangeable with KSL. So 1 week we have KSL, the other week we have SC Evo. Yeah, but this is a replay cast. Just catching up in the chat. Catching up. Love Thriving. Yeah, thank you, Thriving. Thank you. Gracias. An official SC Evo ladder system is currently under development. That's really cool to hear. I know I know there have been ladder systems implemented in the past, like Starbow, they had their own, like, a third-party ladder system, but that was many years ago. I'm sure that can be, like, improved upon. I'm sure. ¿Qué tal, Lacri? ¿Qué tal? Good to see you. Lastly, were you recently playing with Lorimbo? Am I crazy? Am I thinking of someone else? Maybe. KSL, tell me more about it. Exclamation mark KSL in the chat. Yeah. We have the command, Pat. We have the command. Here we go. With that, we have wrapped up the quarterfinals. Now we're getting ready for the semis. It is going to be 3-Point versus Mixu and SHIN versus Honmono. Honmono, of course, took down Psyark. SHIN took down ReBellioN. Mixu took down Full Heart. That's it. I was like Cannon Rusher. Full Heart as well. And we weren't able to cover 3-Points matches, unfortunately, but regardless, did also make it to the semifinals as well. Because of that, we're going to be going on a short break. Going to be getting all the replays ready, and we'll be going over the semis and the grand finals. See you guys soon. See you soon. Happy to see you soon.